A presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good morning. It's 11:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 Pacific, and time for our next doubleheader. And oh boy, have we got one for you. If you were with us last week for the Pirates and the Phillies and their twin bill on Friday the 4th, well, you're going to love the sequel. Better the Jaws, anyway. It's August 6th. It's a Sunday. And the Phillies and Pirates are still one game apart and were rained out on Saturday, I think. And so anyway, it's another twin bill, and so you'll see every pitch of it, this entire Pirate-Philly series. It's Bert Blyleven going for win number 11 for the the Pirates, and Dick Ruthven, who has been a steal from the Atlanta Braves. Although the Braves did get Gene Garber. But the Phillies, both teams got what they want. So it's a hot, sticky summer day here. Alexa, what's the temperature? Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 87 degrees.
Thank you.
Of course.
As I said this morning on Facebook, once the temperature starts to get into the interstate numbers here in the Northeast, you know it's hot. In the ballgame, 85 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, winds blowing 10 from left to right, so it's a hot, sticky day in Pittsburgh. Hey, let's spend the next hour and 2 hours together and play some baseball, shall we? The Pirates and the Phillies next. As Retro Sports Network, the home of the Virtual United States Open, starting tomorrow night from Wingfoot, presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978. Today from Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. It is the battle for the National League East, the Pittsburgh Pirates and Philadelphia Phillies. Brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so, the story is, they split a doubleheader on Friday. They were rained out yesterday. No one else is going to touch the Pirates and the Phillies in the National League East. This is a match race for all intents and purposes, and they go at it twice today. The Phillies lead by a game. They're 61-43. Pittsburgh 60-44. Game 105 and 106 for the Pirates, and the same for Philadelphia. So let's get to it, shall we? So Bert Blyleven is 10-8 on the year. This is his 23rd start. He has an ERA of 3.93. He did start one game. How you doing? Abderrahim 5. Good to have you along. So Blyleven started against the Phillies once. He only went 3 innings, however, allowed 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned, and struck out 2. His last time out was July 31st against Montreal. 6 2/3 innings against the Expos in a loss. 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned. He walked 4 and struck out 5. So overall, 162 2/3 innings. 151 hits, 76 runs, 71 earned. He's given up 14 homers. He's walked 32 and struck out 123. And the ERA is a full run, almost 9/10 of a run, above real life. He's a fastball pitcher at 90 and does not favor the ground or the fly ball. So the Phillies line up for game 1. Bake McBride in right field will lead it off. Larry Boas at short. He'll bat second. Mike Schmidt will play third and bat third. Greg Luzinski cleans up in left. Richie Hebner is at first. He'll go fifth. Gary Maddox in center field bats sixth. Bob Boone behind the plate will go seventh. Ted Sizemore bats eighth and plays second. And Dick Ruthven, who can throw up to 140 pitches, is on the mound batting ninth. Defensively for the Pirates, John Milner, a 6 and a 1 in left field. That's a ramen noodle arm. Bill Robinson is in the lineup again today for Omar Moreno. He's a 5 and a 4. Dave Parker, a 10 and a 10 in right. Phil Garner is a 5 at third. Frank Tavares is a 6 at short. Rennie Sinnett, a 6 at second. Willie Stargell, a 6 at first. And Ed Ott behind the plate in game 1 is a 5 and a 3. Blyleven is an 8 with a fielding percentage of .981. Good numbers all the way around as we start this big doubleheader. Big McBride digs in, wipes the sweat from underneath his helmet. 221, 5 homers, and 29 RBI. Mr. Forsberg, how are you? So a pretty packed house here at Three Rivers for 18 innings of big baseball. And the pitch to McBride, strike 3. Blyleven got him on a 1-2 on the outside corner. Took something off it, and 1 out for Boa, who's having a monster year. 316, 3 homers, and 37 RBI. Pitch, and there's a ground ball to Stargell. Takes it to the bag himself, and 2 quick out. Blyleven can go 135. He does some quick innings. He might go the distance. Remember, everybody's bullpen is fresh. They didn't pitch yesterday. And the Pirates didn't need to use DeColvey or Jackson in Game 2 of their doubleheader win. Or split. Mike Schmidt at 236, 14 homers, and 54 RBI. And there's a long drive to left, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia. Right down the line for Schmidt's 15th of the year. No doubt about that one. Blyleven hung it, and Schmidt made him pay. And all Milner could do was turn and watch it go. So the 15th from Michael Jack Schmidt, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia. Remember, in Friday's doubleheader, the Pirates scored all of 4 runs. But they won Game 2, 2-0. Here's Luzinski, 250, 25 homers, and 77 RBI. Struck him out. 2-2, just below the belt. Not what he was looking for. But the home run by Schmidt puts the Phillies on the board. A run on a hit, no errors. Philadelphia won. Here come the Pirates. I bet he is. I thought Brad Radke actually had that record. Big clue, and good morning. Dick Ruthven, since the trade from Atlanta, is 5-1 with an ERA of 1.66. Good morning, DJ John. How are you? He was hoping to catch us today, and he did. So he has done yeoman's work since coming over from the Braves. He has not faced the Pirates. His last start was against the Mets, and it was a limited start. 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits. A run it was earned, no decision, no walks and a strikeout. So 59 2/3 innings with the Phillies for Rufus. Wonder why his nickname is Rufus. Good morning, Lorenzo. 52 hits allowed, no home runs. 12 runs in total, 11 earned. He's walked 7 and struck out 36. Fly ball pitcher, which should be okay at the donut. And the fastball at 85. In the lineup that Ruthven will face, Tavares will lead off at short. John Milner and left will bat second. Dave Parker at right field will go third. Bill Robinson cleans up in center. Willie Stargell at first will bat fifth. Rennie Sinnett at second will go sixth. Phil Garner at third will bat seventh. Ed Ott behind the plate bats 8th in Game 1, and Bert Blyleven, who threw 15 pitches in the first, will go 9th. Jamie Moyer allowed the most home runs. Not Brad Radke, but Moyer pitched for about 500 years. In fact, I still think he's throwing. He allowed 522 career home runs, but he did it in what, 25, 26 years? Radke's the one that would give up 35, 40 a year. Defensively for the Phillies, Luzinski a 4 4 in left, Maddox a 10 6 in center, McBride a 9 8 in right, Mike Schmidt playing for a bunt I'm not going to do is a 10 at third, Boa a 10 at short, Ted Sizemore a 7 at second. Richie Hebner a 6 at first. Bob Boone is your Woolworth catcher. He's a 10 and a 5. And Ruthven is a 7 with a 966. By the way, tomorrow's doubleheader, sports-wise, at noon, we'll have the Dodgers and the Giants. And at night, the opening round of the all-time great United States Open from Winged Foot. That's at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Ratke only allowed 33 just once? Wow, he always seemed to give up big ones. So Tavares at 263, no homers, 2 triples, and 36 RBI. Pitch to Tavares is a fly ball, left center field. Maddox going back, 1 out. So here's John Milner. Milner at 252. 3 homers and 29 RBIs. So he's 40th. Okay. You don't talk about the New York Giants that way. Lawrence Taylor will come to your house and sack you, Raisin Man. Pitch to Milner is a ground ball to Sizemore behind the bag over to Hebner, and that's the 2nd out. So 2 quick outs for Parker at 349, 22 homers and 72 RBI. Ruthven from the wind into right center. McBride goes back but makes the catch for the out. No runs, no hits, no errors after 1. Philadelphia 1, Pittsburgh nothing. If you joined us late, it was the Schmidt solo shot in the 1st. So Hebner, Maddox, and Boone, 274, 9 homers, and 39 RBI. How many did Blyleven allow? Big clue. Pitch to Hebner. Ground ball to Sedan over to first, and there's 1 out. Ironically, Radke allowed the homers at the same rate as Moyer. 12 per 9 innings. Or 1.2 for 9 innings. 12 for 9 innings would not get you in the major leagues. Not even on the 62 Mets. Maybe the 1899 Cleveland Spiders. Gary Maddox at 285, 9 homers, and 45 RBI. Ground ball to third. Garner, long throw across the way, and Maddox is out. So 2 out for Boone. Bob at 229, 8 homers, and 36 RBI. Thing about Moyer was, he pitched in this era, well, the mid-'80s, and pitched into the high home run contact era, but yet hung around so long. It was like 47, 48 when he retired. That's my age, for goodness sakes. You don't want me pitching. Pitch to Boone is into left center. Back goes Robinson. That's a rainmaker, but it'll stay short. And for the out. No runs, no hits, and no errors. 8.5 in the books in Game 1. It's the Phillies 1, the Pirates nothing. So Robinson, Stargell, and Stinnett. Bill at 255, 4 homers, and 53 RBI. Not going to take long for pitchers to get warm. So when Blyleven retired after the 92 season, he was the career-high leader in home runs allowed. I did not know that. Struck him out. Ruthven got him on an 0-2 looking. First strikeout for Dick. Brings up Stargell at 295. 11 homers and 43 RBI. So, behind Moyer, or here was it, and so I didn't lead it. Behind Moyer, Robin Roberts at 505. Fergie Jenkins at 484. Phil Niekro, not surprised with the knuckler at 482. Don Sutton, who pitched forever, at 472. And Warren Spahn, who threw a lot of junk, at 434. Okay. Then Blyleven at 430. Frank Tanana, big fly ball pitcher, at 420. Steve Carlton at 414. Most of those came the last 3 years of his career. Gaylord Perry, again, another junk ball pitcher at $3.99. And Jim Cott, Big Clue's favorite pitcher at $3.95. We won't read the rest of those out loud. But again, big inning pitchers, Seaver, Hunter, Bunning, Jack Morris, who always pitched to the score, and Mickey Lolich at $3.47. Ground ball to Hebner. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. And so, it's 2 out. Get me going on the chat here, and I can't pay attention to the game. Here's Tanette at $2.26. Renee is at 4 homers and 34 RBI. Yeah, 20-plus years will do it. DJ John says, I have a friend in the Seattle area who used to play Strat 78 during our early teen years. Well, he put the game away for about 15 games left for each team. This week, after 35-plus years or more, he finally brought out the game to try to finish the project. Good for him. That's awesome. So Blyleven was 6th all-time when he hung it up in home runs allowed, and 9th today. Pitch to Sinet is a ground ball base hit left side. So the Pirates have their first hit. Brings up Garner at $2.69, 4 homers and 35 RBI. Ground ball base hit left side. So Sinet will hold at second. And the Pirates with 2 out have runners on first and second. Bartolo Colon, one of my favorite players, has allowed 439. Tim Wakefield, the knuckler, 418. Darn near tied by 11. Ott at 302. 4 homers, 4 doubles, and 4 triples. And 24 RBI. Pitch to Ott is a fly ball to right. McBride in the corner, and somebody from the University of Pittsburgh made that catch. 0-2 the count. Ott waves the bat back and forth. Popped up. Boa and Sizemore converge. Boa deep in the infield will make the catch. So the Pirates strand 2 on 2 singles. After 2, 1-0 Philadelphia. Ooh, Big Clue's ordered some food. Oakland Oaks about to play some basketball. Some basketball warfare. With Minnesota. Who was Minnesota? Were they the Fighting Clouds or something like that? Ted Sizemore at 227. No homers and 10 RBIs. We start the third. Blyleven deals. And Sizemore line drive to third. Garner's there. 1 out. The Muskies. Okay, that's cool. Awesome. That is incredible. What a story. See, it just doesn't matter. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Here's Ruthven. He's at 190 with a triple, 4 for 21 since coming over from the Braves. And there's a line drive. Base hit. Drops in front of Robinson. 1 out. And so through 9 batters, Blyleven has thrown 33 pitches, 2 1/3 innings. 2 hits, a homer. That to Schmidt, and struck out 2. One of them was Bake McBride, who's 0 for 1. 1 out. Struck him out. Got him again. An 0-2 swing and a miss and a breaking ball. And there's 2 out for Boa, who's 0 for 1. Lorenzo's rooting for the Phils. Dodgers and Phils play a bunch down the stretch, by the way. Pitch to Boa. Ground ball to Stinnett. Goes over to first from behind the bag. Stargell keeps his foot in place, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Philadelphia. It's funny because the only team the Dodgers have a losing record against is the Pirates. Blyleven, 4 for 55. That's an .073 batting average. And 2 RBI. Don't forget, Dodger Baseball brought to you by Fenway Franks. Pitch to Blyleven. Struck him out. So a check swing on a 2-2, and there's 1 away for Tavares, who's 0 for 1. Schmidt and Hebner play for the bunt. Not going to get it. Ruthven threw 9 batters, 30 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. Here's a ground ball, base hit left side. So Tavares has a 1-out single. Third hit for the Pirates. Here's Milner, who's 0 for 1. Rooting for the Pirates. Unless they're playing your Dodgers. Go Farmer John. Have some Mendoza mouthwash. So here's Milner. Ruthven throws to first. Tavares back. Here's the pitch. Milner, ground ball to Sizemore. Takes it to the bag for 1. Over to Hebner. Is it 2? Yes, it is. So 4-6-3 on the double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 4th. It's 1-0 Philadelphia. My minions. Yes. My minions. Here's Schmidt. Mike homered his first time up in the first. Luzinski and Hebner to follow. That was the 15th homer allowed by Bert Blyleven. And Schmidt's 15th of the year. Into left field, that's rather shallow. Milner will come in and make the catch. 1 out. All right, everybody, pull out your windmills so Don Quixote can chase after them. Here's Luzinski. He's 0 for 1. Struck out. He is now 96 times on the replay. Minions 2 has been postponed till next summer. No, according to some of our viewers, this is Minions 2. Pitch to Luzinski is a fly ball to left. Back goes Milner. He'll make the catch. 2 out for Hebner, who's 0 for 1. Yep, Don Quixote. My new nickname for you. 87 degrees, and the wind's now blowing out the left center at 10. Isn't that Tommy Lasorda? Isn't that his Esmeralda? Pitch to Hebner is a fly ball center field. Back goes Robinson. We're tied up. Oh my goodness, did he ever get all of that? Ho ho! My, oh my! So Hebner just kind of uncorked on that one, and ho! So a couple of kids from West Virginia didn't think they were going to get anything. All of a sudden, they find some souvenirs. My goodness! Lasorda would be his Sancho Pasta. So I'll bring up Maddox, who's 0 for 1. That was a shot! Blyleven deals, and that's in the shallow left. Garner and Milner. It's Garner, and Garner will make the catch. It's a run on a hit on the kaboom from Richie Hebner. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-0 Phillies. So we can tell you that this is playing to be an offensive par today. +9 batting average for the lefties, +6 for the righties. And you can see from the home runs, +14 from the lefties, and +16 for the righties. Lorenzo heartily endorses They Bleed Blue. And Lasorda was and is awesome. He certainly bled blue for sure. Dave Parker is 0 for 1 as we start the bottom of the 4th. Pitch from Ruthven. Into right. Back goes McBride. Gone. So Dave Parker takes a slow trot around as he hits his 23rd in the right center field. So Vin Scully wrote the book because he was a big Giant fan as well. Jason Turbo actually wrote the book. Pitched up, here it was. And that was just a no-doubter. And so it's 2-1. Bill Robinson struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 4 hits for the Pirates, 3 for the Phillies. Pitch from Ruthven is in the left center field. Luzinski has it for the first out. Brings up Stargell who's 0 for 1. From the stretch, or from the wind, and that's a long shot to right, and we're tied up. So it took the Pirates all of 3 batters to get 2 runs, and McBride is hurt. I think McBride kind of caught his spikes on the turf. And so it's going to be Orlando Gonzalez will come in to play right field. First, the homer to Stargell, and you can see, yep, right there. McBride has kind of caught his ankle on the turf on the seam, and it's 2-2. Vinny did say that Willie Mays was the greatest player he'd ever seen. Some enterprising full needs to offer. Scully at Fullbucks to record his voice for a baseball sim, sit on it for a few years, and shop it as the voice of the play-by-play for King's Ransom. Vinny's voice is about 90% of what it was, which is still 90% better than anybody else. The time they've done that, though, would have been about 20 years ago. And there's a lot of baseball fans who say that, yep, growing up. And how many home runs do you think Mays was robbed at playing at Candlestick, especially when it was when it wasn't enclosed, when the stadium was open? Stinnett singled his first time up, ground ball to Sizemore behind the bag, over to first for the out. So 2 out for Garner, who singled his first time up. Ruthven kind of rocked a bit. It's his first 2 home runs he's allowed since coming over from the Braves. Pitch to Garner, popped up left side. Boa on the outfield part of the turf makes the catch. 2 runs, 2 hits on the 2 solo shots, 1 by Parker, 1 by Stargell, 1 big happy family after 4. It's the Phillies 2, the Pirates 2. So Boone, Sizemore, and Ruthven here in the 5th. Boone is 0 for 1. Blyleven starts the 5th, strike 3. An 0-2, looked at, off speed at 83, and that's number 4. Brings up Sizemore, who's 0 for 1. And there's a base hit left center field. Robinson will pick it up. Sizemore will hold. He is a threat to steal. And that brings up Ruthven, who singled his first time up. Throw to first. Sizemore back. They'll play for the bunt. Not sure Ruthven will give it to him, but they'll play for it. Garner and Stargell come in. There goes Sizemore to throw down to Stinnett. They got him. So Stinnett gets the tag on, and Sizemore is thrown out trying to steal. So the count, a ball and a strike and 2 out. Had he played in an iconic, genuine Major League Park like Fenway Park, instead of that monstrosity in South San Francisco, who knows what he would have hit for home runs. What is the Los Angeles record for homers? Like Sean Green or something like that? Obviously post moved, so Duke Snider wouldn't count for that. Pitch to Ruthven. Right back to Blyleven, over to first, and that will retire the side. Halfway home in game 1. If you're a fan of homers, you've got it. 2-2. All right, Knives Out. Funny movie. So Baseball Reference says that Willie would have hit 678 in a neutral park. And Lorenzo worked for years in Oyster Point with a view across the small bay of Candlestick, and he watched the Paul McCartney concert, the last event held before it was demoed. Did Paul press the button? Anyway, here's how we got here at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, our normal starting time. Doubleheader, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh tied at 2 halfway home. Mike Schmidt, a homer off of Blyleven in the first. Richie Hebner, his 10th of the year, a homer in the fourth. And then the Pirates got 2 solo shots in their half of the fourth. Parker is 23rd and Stargell is 12th. Fans were told not to rip up seats as souvenirs. Ed Ott is 0 for 1. Ott, Blyleven, and Tavares here in the fifth. 2-2 the score. Ott into right center field. That might be extras. Nope, picked up by Maddox for the out. Did you take a souvenir? So Blyleven struck out his first time up. Throw to first. Ott back. They're still going to bunt. Nobody out. Blyleven squares. Boones throws to Sizemore covering. And Ott moves along to second. So the go-ahead run is in scoring position for Tavares. 1 for 2 with a single. Ruthven threw 18 batters, 54 pitches, 4 1/3 innings. 6 hits, his first 2 home runs as a Philly, and 2 strikeouts. I bet the 49ers, especially in the 80s, were a fun team to watch at Candlestick. Pitch to Frank is a liner into center. Maddox makes a diving catch. Throws it in and on his back. So Maddox had to ride the pony, made the catch, and flung it over, but Ott got back. I suppose if you go to a place enough that you do draw a I feel the same way about Yankee Stadium. First game I ever went to was at Shea. And, you know, all these things, whether it's a stream or a ballpark or a gymnasium or whatever, is about creating memories. Happy Hump Day, Tribe fan. I think Sean Green is a single-season homer leader for Los Angeles. Not sure about the franchise in total, but for Los Angeles, yes. Milner's 0 for 2. Ground ball to Boa over to Hebner. And Milner is retired. So that will take care of the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 5, Pirates and Phillies tied at 2 in Game 1. Lorenzo's got a sneaker for a Yankee for the Yanks. So Green's 49 homers and 0-1 is the franchise record. Okay. See, I'm not sure then that Willie would have done that much better in Dodger Stadium. Orlando Gonzalez is in for the injured Bake McBride. Blyleven threw 18 batters, 69 pitches, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 homers, and 4 strikeouts. The Brooklyn record is 43 by Snyder and 56. And Mark Forsberg feels that way about Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Gonzalez, by the way, is 0 for 7 and went 5 for 26 on the real year. That's into right. Parker, 1 out. Boa is 0 for 2. Sean Green, oh, wow, had 19 total bases in the game. So Duke Snyder's 389 is the franchise record. So Lorenzo, I'm going to politely disagree and say that nope, I don't think Willie would have done better than 660 if he had played his California years in Los Angeles. Eric Karros has only hit 270, and that's the record for the Dodgers since moving out. Wow. Here's a ground ball to Sinet over to Stargell. 2 out for Mike Schmidt. Solo homer for Schmidt in the first. Made it 1-0 Philadelphia. These two teams are 1 game apart. Maybe the fact that, you know, the Dodger jogs are cheaper in Los Angeles. In the 4-homer game that Sean Green had against the Brewers, he went 6 for 6 with 4 homers, a double, and a single. Oh, boy. Pitch to Schmidt. is into left field, but that's going to go... Oh, Milner reaches in, and a fan moves back, and he made the catch. How about that? No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5.5, 2-2. Yeah, we've won some World Series since you have, too, so pipe down there, Mr. Coyote. Here's Parker, 1 for 2. Dave hit a solo shot in the 4th. Here's a fly ball to left. Luzinski going back to the track, but makes the catch. 1 out for Robinson, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Bellinger at 24 last year at home, and that's a record. Wow, I would have thought that would have been more. Just saying, those in glass houses, Mr. Coyote, should not tilt at windmills. Robinson, 27. That's okay. That makes sense. He's a heck of a player too. Ground ball to third. Schmidt across the way to Hebner, and Robinson is retired. Someone's cutting grass. I can smell it. The Brooklyn record is 25, shared by Gil Hodges and Duke Snider. Willie Stargell also homered in the 4th, 1 for 2. In the left center, that's high but not very deep. Maddox will play it, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors in game 1 after 6-2-2. You never went to Michigan and Trumbull, huh? Watched a lot of games on TV from Atlanta. Luzinski, Hebner, and Maddox in the 7th. Luzinski is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. In the left, but foul. And somebody from McKeesport made that catch. The boys are rising to the occasion against the Minneapolis Muskies. 0-2 the count. Here's a base hit left field. Luzinski's there, or Luzinski will stop it first. 5 hits for the Phils, 6 for the Pirates. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for Philly. For the Pirates, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 3 left on. Hebner hit his solo shot in the 4th. All the home runs have been solo shots, or all the runs, rather, have been solo shots. Minnesota Muskies in the right center, but Robinson is there, and then makes the catch. Luzinski goes back, 1 out. Sorry, I wasn't born when they were alive. Maddox is 0 for 2. Gary, runner on first, 1 out. There's a base hit left field. Luzinski will hold at second. Oh, they're going to try for it. Milner, who does not have a good arm, is going to throw. Luzinski is average speed to throw to Garner. Not in time. Got the tag, but Luzinski beat it. And 1 out for Boone, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Throw to first. Maddox is back. How's your father-in-law doing, Lorenzo? Pitch to Boone. There goes Maddox. And Ott will just hold the ball. So Gary steals that without a throw. And so with 1 out, they walked Boone to set up the double play with Sizemore. It was 1 for 2. 2-2 the score. Top the 7th, 1 out. Pirates and Phillies in a double-dip. First game. Up the middle, a base hit. Luzinski scores. Maddox will try and score. Robinson's throw is late. And it's 4-2 Philadelphia. So that didn't work. Ott got on the tag, but Maddox had slid past it. And now will bring up Ruthven, who's 1 for 2. The most career homers in Dodger Stadium, Karros with 130. And Ron Say, the Penguin, with 123. Pitch to Ruthven. Struck him out. So the 0-2 was the 5th strikeout for Blyleven. And through 27 batters, 106 pitches. 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits. 2 homers, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. It just goes to show the Dodger Stadium is a big pitcher's park. Orlando Gonzalez is 0 for 1. Ground ball to Stinnett, over to Stargell. And that will retire to side. Yes, I met your brother. He's this. So your brother, oops, pitched to Stinnett, ground ball to Sizemore, throws to Hebner, 1 out. They started without me, guys. They started without me. Garner's knocking the bunnies 1 for 2, and Stinnett is now 1 for 3 with a single. Lorenzo's brother's going to the doctor on the 22nd. Generalized weakness. Yeah, remember that he fell, and his lower extremities is very concerned. He has had a large benign tumor removed from his neck 10 or so years ago, and you're worried about some recurrence. Is your sister still there? And he's been experiencing these same issues since his fall on Memorial Day. So our thoughts are with him. They're not going to bunt. Garner 1 for 2. Philly's got 2 on the Sizemore hit. Okay. And lead it 4-2. Ground ball to Boa, over to Hebner for the out. Helping with your 91-year young mother. God bless her. Here's Ott, 1 for 2 with a single. Ruthven's only thrown 75 pitches with 2 outs here in the 7th. And there's a fly ball center field. Maddox will go back and make the catch. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 8th. It's 4-2 Philadelphia. By the way, that was the same score as Game 1 Friday. Just keep that in mind. So Boa, Schmidt, and Luzinski as Blyleven gives me the fatigue warning at 109 pitches. Boa is 0 for 3. Absolutely. Families are, after all, what really matters in life. Yep. Pitch to Boa. Ground ball to Stinnett, over to first for the first out. Schmidt, solo shot in the first. He's 1 for 3. And that was 15 homers and 55 RBI. I got a good cheap Chinese place a couple blocks from here. We don't even have to make them deliver. We'll go get it. Base hit right side. Parker picks it up. Schmidt now 2 for 4. 8th hit for the Phils and 6 for the Pirates. Luzinski 1 for 3. He scored in the 7th and struck out once. And Dodger wins. Well, we'll find out between games how the Dodgers do on this Sunday. Ground ball to Garner has to come in and hurry. Luzinski is out. On the bang banger, 2 out, and Schmidt moves to second. So here's Hebner, 1 for 3. He had a solo shot in the 4th. I don't know. My Five Guys delivers. That's a good delivery. Pitch to Hebner is a base hit left field. Schmidt will score. Hebner goes into second with a double, and it's 5-2 Philadelphia. So that brings up Maddox, who's 1 for 3. Has stolen a base, is 22nd. The motion not to dawdle is laid on the table. And hearing an objection, it is denied. So Maddox 1 for 3, stole a base and scored. 5-2 Phillies, 2 out, top of the 8th of Game 1. And Maddox up the middle, but Robinson's going to try and dive. And can't get there. Hebner will round third. They're going to try to throw him out. No, sir. 6-2, Philadelphia. So a big hit from Maddox. And Blyleven just kind of shaking his head. Boone is 0 for 2. With a walk and a strikeout. Maddox is back. Pitch. Ball 4, and Tanner will have to come get Blyleven. He was going to have to anyway. But the 2 runs here in the 8th. They've kind of nicked it. And so it's going to be a 1-batter affair. Pirates. Jim Bibby starts game 2, by the way. So Don Robinson will come in to face hopefully 1 batter for the Pirates. 9-4. He pitched Friday. A 2.44 ERA. Making his first relief appearance. He went the distance in shutting out the Phillies. 3 hits and struck out 6, so 143 and 2/3 innings. 121 hits, 47 runs, 39 earned, 7 homers. Walked 26 and struck out 95. And is in on his normal throw day. Just to face Sizemore, who's 2 for 3. Singled twice and driven in 2. Struck him out. That worked. So the 2-2, strike 3 called. And so the side is retired, but the Phillies get 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th at 6-2, Philadelphia. So Jerry Martin is a 6 and a 6 in right. And Mario Mendoza at the plate. 132, 1 homer, and 3 RBI. 6-2 Philadelphia. Up the middle, a base hit. So Mendoza does his job right now. Brings up Tavares, who's 1 for 3. Ruthven threw 27 batters, 7 innings, 85 pitches, 7 hits, the 2 homers, the solo shots to Parker and Stargell, and 2 strikeouts. Tavares 1 for 3. Base hit up the middle, all the way to the wall. The throw to second, and that's not in time. So Mendoza plays the spark plug again. And Tavares is on, so nobody out. 2 on from Milner, who's 0 for 3. 89 degrees here at Pittsburgh with the wind blowing out 9. Ruthven deals. Popped up right side. That's a rainmaker. Right in the glove of Richie Hebner. 1 out for Parker. And you gotta think they're gonna walk Parker here. Hit a solo shot in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. They pitch to Parker into right field. Martin going back. It's gone. So the Pirates have put a 3 spot on the board. And it's now 6-5. Safe to say that the Pirates are a plucky team. Who? The computer. Pitch to Parker. Got all of that one. And Martin, who's new in right field for the ball game anyway, wasn't a blessed thing he could do about it. So Ruthven, who had not given up a homer against anybody since coming over to Philadelphia, has given up 3 this afternoon. Here's Robinson. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Big blast from Parker. He's driven in 4. Pitch to Robinson. Line drive to Schmidt. 2 out. Here's Stargell. Willie hit a solo shot in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. Pitch. Ball 4, and the tying run is on. Funny, it's that highly suspect AI that has the Dodgers out to the best record in baseball. So either it works or it doesn't. I say it works. Sinet 1 for 3. Stargell on first. Up the middle, Boa takes to the bag himself, and the lead holds on. How you doing, Braves for life? Good to see you. So 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. Dave Parker does his magic. He stings ya. He stings ya. We go to the 9, 6-5, Philadelphia. So Eddie Whitson, hey, the Dodgers did lead by 10.5. Eddie Whitson making his 28th appearance. He's 2-2 with 2 saves and a 2.98 ERA. Against the Phils, this is his 3rd appearance. 2 2/3 innings, 1 hit. Walked 2 and struck out 3. You too, buddy. Glad to see ya. Went 2 2/3 innings in the first game of the doubleheader. Friday allowed a hit, walked 2 and struck out 3. So overall, 42 1/3 innings, 38 hits, 4 homers, 15 runs, 14 earned, walked 22 and struck out 32. Remember, in 78, all 4 divisions, the winning margin was less than 5. Ruthven is 1 for 3. Don't think he's going to bat here, do you? Singled and struck out. He will stay in the ball game. Lines it to Sinet, 1 out. Brings up Jerry Martin, 246, 5 homers and 20 RBI. Struck him out. An 0-2 fastball. It'll be Garner, Ott, and a pinch hitter for the Pirates in the 9th. And no, not Mendoza. Boa's 0 for 4. To short, Tavares over to Stargell, and the Phillies go down in order. So hang on to your stovepipe hats. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 6-5 Philadelphia. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And the Phillies have left on 5. 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. And the Pirates have left on 4. Garner is 1 for 3 with a single. And surprisingly enough, Ruthven is staying in the ballgame. Pitch to Garner. Little chopper down to Hebner. Takes it to the bag himself, 1 out. So that'll bring up Ott. Ed is 1 for 3. Has a 3% chance of hitting a home run here. Johnny renews the sub and gets a dragon as a thank you. So Ott, 1 out. Pitch from Ruthven. In the right, but that'll stay in the yard. Martin's there. 2 out. And so who can hit? Who can hit a righty? Omar Moreno. End of the first quarter. Oakland 29, Minnesota 29. Moreno at 266. 5 homers, 32 RBI. He is speed on the bases if he can get on. Ruthven trying to shut the door in game 1. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Hebner, and the Phillies win this one 6-5. So the Pirates huffed and puffed and could not blow the door down. And Dick Ruthven goes the distance. But Dave Parker's going to get our MVP. He hit 2 homers and drove in 4. Going 2 for 4. Ruthven 9 innings. 9 hits. 5 runs all earned. 3 homers. He walked 1 and struck out 2. 110 pitches. Blyleven takes the loss. He goes to 10-9. Demanding Lorenzo. Gee, 7 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs all earned, 2 homers. He walked 2 and struck out 5. Robinson just in there to pitch the 1. Battered. Whitson did a good job of the night. All right. Well. Let's see. Rest of the day in baseball. Doubleheader first. In Chicago. Let's play that one for you. Game 1. Cubs beat the Expos 4-3 in 10. Lynn McLaughlin gets the win. Dennis Lamp, 7 2/3 innings, 3 hits, and 7 strikeouts. In the second game, Chicago 3, Montreal 3, Chicago 5. Ray Burris goes to 5-11. Warren Cromartie with his 6th home run. Atlanta beats Houston 2-1 in 11. Campbell Soup goes to 2-4. Sambito takes a lock. Jeff Burrows with his 20th of the year. Ray Burris, by the way, threw a 3-hitter in game 2. Tigers and the White Sox from Detroit. The White Sox win 7-6. Schuler goes to 3-7. Lance Parrish with 2 homers. He's now hit 12 on the year. Yankees beat the Orioles yesterday 7-5. Nettles with his 20th. Won it. Kansas City and Toronto. The Blue Jays stun the Royals 5-1. Baylor Moore goes to 7-7. Rico Carty with his 23rd of the year. Mets and Cardinals. Mets behind Skip Lockwood 6-5. Gets the win. Mark Littell takes a loss. Gary Templeton 3-for-4 with 2 RBI and a triple. Brewers and Red Sox. Boston 16. Milwaukee nothing. Louis Tiant goes to 8-9. Yaz 4-for-5. Drives in 6 and hits his 13th of the year. Doubleheader between Seattle and Oakland. Game 1. Seattle wins at 6-4. Paul Mitchell goes to 6-8. Craig Reynolds 4-for-5 with 4 RBI. Seattle actually sweeps a doubleheader. Tom House goes to 5-6. They win game 2, 4-0. West Coast games. California, Minnesota. The Angels behind Nolan Ryan beat Minnesota 3-2. Bobby Grich goes 3-for-4. From San Francisco, it went 11. Gary Lavelli gets the win. Rodson takes a loss. And Darrell Evans is 13th of the year. So San Francisco wins it, walks it off 3-2. Now, did the Dodgers lose any ground? No, because San Diego beat Cincinnati 12-4. Randy Jones goes to 14-7. Bonham takes the loss. Ken Griffey with his 5th home run of the year. And last but not least, the Rangers beat Cleveland 8-2. John Matlack goes to 14-3. So there you have it. We'll show you the standings in the middle of game 2. But the Dodgers lose no ground. Now, can the Pirates get it back to 1 game? As Steve Carlton, is messed up. I boo-booed. You know, it's helpful to hit the right button. As Steve Carlton faces Jim Bibby. So there you go. So that's the rest of the day in baseball. We'll show you the scores, the standings rather, in a few minutes. 89 degrees, it tells me. The wind's blowing out the center at 9. Jim Bibby says, I'm ready, and so are we. Let's take a quick drink. Bibby 6-5 with a save and an ERA of 2.53. Making start number 11 on the year. Has not faced the Phillies. Six innings his last time out, the first against Montreal. 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, and a loss, and he struck out 4. So 89 innings for Bibby. 78 hits, 31 runs, 25 earned, 3 homers. He's walked 24 and struck out 69. That fastball's at 88. And so the lineup for the Phillies in Game 2 looks remarkably closer to the first game. McBride in right will lead it off. Boa at second, or at short, will bat second. Mike Schmidt at third will bat third. Luzinski cleans up in left. Hebner at first will bat fifth. Gary Maddox will hit sixth and play center field. Tim McCarver, Steve Carlton's personal catcher, will bat seventh behind the plate. And Sizemore will bat eighth and play second. It's Milner, Robinson, and Parker in the outfield. Dale Berra is a 3 at third. Garner shifts over to second for Game 2. He's a 5. Sanguian is at first. He's a 5. Duffy Dyer, a 5 and a 3 behind the plate. And Bibby is a 6 with a .920 fielding percentage. So the Crack staff got out their abacuses and calculated everyone's batting averages for before Game 2. McBride at .219, 5 homers, and 29 RBI. So the situation in the National League West, both the Dodgers, the Reds lose. So the margin is still 3.5, and the biggest of the 4 divisions. Pitch to McBride is a fly ball to right. Parker is there, 1 out. Boa at .312, 3 homers and 37 RBI. Bibby almost at the end of his year. Pitch for Boa is ball 4. So that's high and outside for a 1-out walk. Brings up Schmidt. Homered in the first inning of Game 1 at .239, 15 homers, 55 RBI. Throw to first, Boa back. Now the pitch to Schmidt. Ground ball, base hit, left side. Boa goes to third. Milner throws it in. And the Phillies have runners on the corners and 1 out for Luzinski at .250, 25 homers and 77 RBI. None of these divisions are going to be a picnic, my friend. But if you lose on the same day that your biggest rival loses, then is it a loss? Pitch to Luzinski, strike 3. Bibby got him on an 0-2 looking. So 2 out for Hebner here at .277, 10 homers and 41 RBI. And there's a liner in the left that's going to drop in front of Milner. Boa will score. Schmidt goes to third, and the Phillies are up 1-0. Maddox at .287, 9 homers, and 46 RBI. Popped up. Dyer to the screen. Has it for the out. But the Phillies get a run on 2 hits and no errors. Half an inning in the books here in Game 2. The Phillies won. Here come the Pirates. And for Steve Carlton, for lefty, this is start number 25. He is 11-9 with a 3.34 ERA. He's made 1 start against the Pirates. He got a win, 9 innings, 12 hits, 4 runs all earned. Walked 2 and struck out 4. Last time up was against the Mets on the first. 7 innings, no decision, 8 hits, 9 runs, 6 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. So in 180 in the third innings, he's allowed 182 hits, 26 homers, 79 runs, 67 earned. He walked 49 and has only struck out 103. Fastball at 87. And he's a fly ball plus pitcher. So the only changes in the Philadelphia defense is the battery. McCarver a 5 and a 10. Again, a Woolworth catcher. And Carlton is at 8 on the mound with a .945 fielding percentage. Pittsburgh's lineup in Game 2. Tavares leads off at short. Garner batting second, playing second. Dave Parker, who smashed 2 out in Game 1, is in right. He'll hit third. Bill Robinson in center will bat fourth. Manny Sanguillen hits fifth at first. John Milner slides down to sixth in left field in Game 2. Dale Berra at third will bat seventh. Duffy Dyer behind the plate goes eighth, and Jim Bibby, who threw 22 pitches, will hit ninth. Tavares at 265, 2 triples and 36 RBI. Fly ball to right. McBride, 1 out. Garner, 269, 4 homers and 35 RBI. I mean, this is why 78 is such a great season to do. Because in real life, 9 teams finished within 5 games of 4 playoff spots. Pitch to Garner. Ball 4. Carver has the better arm, and with the lefty on the mound, you don't think the Pirates are going to run a lot here. Yeah, it was a great year. Parker at 350, now at 24 homers and 76 RBI. Throw to first, Garner back. So don't forget baseball at noon, Dodgers Giants. Golf tomorrow, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the opening round of the all-time great United States Open Championship from Winged Foot, just outside of New York City. In the left center field, Maddox is there for the out. Garner goes back, 2 out. Robinson, 252, 4 homers and 53 RBI. Throw to first, Garner back. Thanks for taking some time to share some lunch with us. At the half, Minnesota 57, Oakland 48. Pitch to Robinson is into right field. McBride in the corner will make the catch. Remember, McBride got hurt in Game 1. They did a good job taping up the ankle, and he's out here for Game 2. After 1-0 Philadelphia. So that brings up McCarver. Tim at 267 for 4 homers, 3 more in real life, and 11 RBI. Bibby starts inning number 2. Strike 3, Dyer got it and threw it down to Sanguillen. Dyer dropped it and threw out McCarver. Here's Sizemore. Big single for Ted in the 8th inning. Helped put the Pirates away. At 233, no homers and 12 RBI. Strike 3, Bibby got him. So we got a good morning and we got a good afternoon. And with the pitcher Carlton up, do we get a good night? He's at 290, no homers and 5 RBI. So he can hit, and he will, right in the waiting glove of Phil Garner. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second, Game 2. Philadelphia 1, Pittsburgh nothing. So that brings up Sanguillen, Manny, then Milner, and Berra. Sanguillen at 188, a homer, and 15 RBI. Carlton deals. Struck him out. 1-2 change. Swung on him. No, strike 3 called. Check swing, and they said it was. Brings up Milner at 248. 3 homers and 29 RBI. Carlton fires. Base hit left center field all the way to the wall. Milner's in there standing with a double. And the tying run is on with 1 out for Dale Berra. He kind of looks like Yogi there, doesn't he? 190. Real life at 207. 6 homers and 14 RBI. Popped up. Maddox has it for the out. Milner will tag with 2 out. Maddox will throw to third, and he's not in. Throw is not in time. Up the bag, and Milner slides in. So Milner on third, 2 out for Dyer. At 221, no homers and 11 RBI. 2 out. Bottom of the second. Base or line drive to center field. Maddox is there. I thought that was going to drop. But Maddox hadn't played perfectly, and the Pirates strand a runner. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to the third. Philadelphia 1, Pittsburgh nothing. So Bibby threw 9 batters, 36 pitches, 2 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. McBride is 0 for 1. It's hot and sticky, 89 degrees, and the wind is blowing out to dead center at 9. So here are the standings. Dodgers have really scuffled. They've lost 8 of 10, but the Reds are only playing 500 ball, so the lead is still 3.5. San Diego has cut their deficit to 6. Houston slides another position back, and they're tied with San Francisco. Dodgers are barely a 500 team on the road. They've got 30 games, however, left at Dodger Stadium. Here's the situation in the East. Philadelphia, with their Game 1 win, now leads the Pirates by 2. American League West, the Rangers by half a game over Kansas City, 2.5 over California. And in the East, the Yankees flop over Milwaukee and Baltimore by half a game. So McBride is 0 for 1. Pitch from Bibby. Popped up right side, Sanguin, and somebody from Wheeling, West Virginia made that catch. Doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. McBride has an 0-2 count. In the right, Parker Robinson off the wall. Parker grabs it. McBride will hold at second with a double. I think that bounced a bit too hard for McBride to try for 3. And that brings up Boa, who walked and scored in the first. By the way, John E., or Braves for Life, is subscribed now for 5 months in a row. Pitch to Boa. Line drive. Bear is there. 1 out. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, now's the time to do it. Here's Schmidt. Singled his first time up, 1 for 1. Ground ball to Tavares. Has to come in and hurry. Schmidt can run and is safe. McBride held because Tavares had a shot at him, but Schmidt beat out the slow roller. Yeah, about 55 games left. About 7 weeks of the season left. So McBride on second, Schmidt on first, Luzinski at the plate. And he struck out his first time up. Pitch from Bibby. Got him! A 2-2 swung on and missed. So 2 out for Hebner, who drove in a run in the first on a single. Because love will conquer all. Big clue. Say you, say me. Say it again, naturally. Pitch to Hebner. There's a liner up the middle, and oh, what a feeling when Big McBride dances on the ceiling. It's 2-0 Philadelphia. And the Phillies will take this. Brings up Maddox, who's 0 for 1. Schmidt on third, Hebner on first. Bibby really struggling. Ground ball, base hit left side. Schmidt will score. Hebner will try for third. Milner throws to Berra. Get him. They got him. How about that? So they get the assist, but 2 runs score and a runner's left. After 2.5, it's 3-0 Philadelphia. So this is not a game that Jim Bibby is covering himself in clover with. It's at 136, a homer and 2 RBI. Carlton staked to a 3-0 lead. Struck him out. The 1-2 swung on and missed 88. That's 2 for lefty. Brings up Tavares, who's 0 for 1. Carlton through 9 batters. Struggled. Pitch count-wise, 42 through 2 1/3 innings. A hit. No runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Infield back, runners bunts. Carlton to Sizemore. 1 out, or 2 out. So 1-4 on the bunt. Garner walked his first time up. Carlton delivers. Struck him out. He got him to swing and miss. Oh boy, he took something off of that yo-yo at 80 miles an hour. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 4th in game 2, and if you're in for Philadelphia, you're feeling it. 3-0 Phils. So McCarver, Sizemore, and Carlton. McCarver struck out his first time up. 1 of 4 by Bibby. Right back to Jim. Over to first for the out. Sizemore struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball to Berra. Over to Sanguian. 2 out for Carlton. Now inning 286. Bibby needed an easy inning, and he's going to get it. Garner behind the bag to Sanguian. And that will retire the side. No changes, by the way, in the stadium in game 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Philadelphia 3, Pittsburgh 0. So Parker, Robinson, and Sanguian to face Carlton here in the bottom of the 4th. Base hit left field. Parker is on. Is he going to go for 2? No. So Parker seems to enjoy the Philadelphia Phillies like I enjoy some chicken wings. A lot. Robinson is 0 for 1. Carlton throws to first. Parker back. Base hit right center field. Maddox picks it up at the wall. Robinson's on with a double. Parker moves to third, and the Pirates have something going for Manny Sanguian, who struck out his first time up. So Parker on third, Robinson on second, and the single should make it 3-2. The pitch, ground ball to Boa. Parker's going to score. Throw to first is in time, and it's 3-1. So Robinson holds at second, 1 out for Milner, who singled his first time up. The pitch popped up. McCarver to the screen, 2 out. Brings up Dale Berra, who's 0 for 1. 90 degrees here in Pittsburgh. You could fry an egg on that turf. Not why you'd want to do that, but you could. Pitch to Berra. Into center field. Maddox tracks it down, and that will retire the side. A run on 2 hits for the Pirates, rather. We go to the 5th. 3-1 Philadelphia. So Bibby threw 18 batters, 73 pitches, 4 innings, 6 hits. All 3 runs are earned, no homers. He's walked 1 and struck out 4. McBride 1 for 2, doubled and scored. Bibby delivers in the right, gone. So it's 4-1 Philadelphia as McBride puts that one very deep into right center in the first deck. Wasn't a blessed thing Parker can do about it. 90 in NorCal, where John is. What's the temperature in the... Well, I'll ask. Hey, Alexa, what's the weather in Fresno?
In Fresno, California, it's 67 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast calls for more of the same. with a high of 89 degrees and a low of 64 degrees.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great weather to make raisins. Here's Boa. Walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. Base hit right field. Parker will pick it up. So nobody out. 8 hits for the Phillies, 3 for the Pirates. 4-1 to score Philadelphia. Schmidt 2 for 2 today. Singled and scored once. Singled twice and scored once. Throw to first. Boa back. Bibby's pitch. Line drive. Bear is there. 1 out. Luzinski at the plate. He has struck out both times. He is now fanned 98 times this year. Pitch. There's a liner right to Sanguin. And there's 2 out. So Sanguin went, "Oop, hello, look what I found." Brings up Hebner's 2 for 2. Has singled twice and driven in 2. I believe he got those in the 3rd. Base hit right field. Parker. Boa will go to 3rd, and there's now runners in the corners, 2 out. So the Phillies have kind of smashed Mr. Bibby around. Maddox 1 for 2 with an RBI. Base hit was a single. Line drive, foul, third base side. Lorenzo is fighting someone in Eve and trying to get the lead for those Oaks. Count is 0-2 to Maddox. Bibby. Up the middle, that's the diving Garner. So Boa will score. Hebner moves to 3rd, and it's 5-1 Philadelphia. So the Pirates came into this doubleheader with some optimism. And just about halfway through game 2, that optimism is out the window. Here's McCarver. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Hebner on 3rd, Maddox on 1st. End of the 3rd quarter in Oakland, 83-71 Minnesota. Pitch to McCarver, and they're going to let Maddox steal the bag. So Hebner will hold at 3rd. Maddox with a second steal the doubleheader. One to McCarver. Up the middle and past a diving Tavares. So Hebner will score. Robinson fires at home. Maddox scores with ease, and it's 7-1. And Tanner, with the pitcher spot up second, really doesn't want to go out there. Bibby says, I just let me get out of the inning, man. Sizemore 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Bibby takes a deep breath. Ground ball to 3rd. Berra over to 1st, and Sizemore is retired. But the Phillies kind of blow this one open. 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Halfway home in game 2, 7-1 Philadelphia. Well, you can read what's on the screen. The lone run for the Pirates came in the 4th. Bake McBride with the only home run. McCarver with 2 RBI. Mario Mendoza, by the way, can hit a 6-run homer. So Carlton, 3 hits through 4 and 3 strikeouts. Bibby, 11 hits through 5. His day is done. Did you really? Big Clue just got an ad for the new season of Fortnite. Hey, I'll take that 2 cents wherever I can get it. That's funny. Dyer is 0 for 1. Carlton starts the 5th with a 7-1 lead. Pitch to Duffy is a ground ball foul, third base side. Duffy's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Liner to right, gonna drop in front of McBride for a base hit. So Bibby's day is done. Who can hit a lefty? Well, Renee Sinet. Little pinch hit. Stinnett at 226, 4 homers and 34 RBI. Yep, a Charmin ad for DJ John. Never forget Mr. Whipple and the Please Don't Squeeze the Charmin. Pitch to Sinet is a ground ball up the middle. Sizemore takes to the bag for 1. Over to Hebner. Is it 2? Yes, it is. Sizemore flipped it to Boa. The roadblock slide didn't work, and there's 2 out. For Tavares, who's 0 for 2. So Carlton threw 18 batters, 74 pitches, 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits. The run is earned. He walked 1 and has struck out 3 so far. Pitch to Tavares is a fly ball to left field. Luzinski comes in, and that will retire the side. We've played 5. In game 2, it's 7-1 Philadelphia. So Dave Hamilton, already going to go over his real life numbers. Appearance number 18, he's 0-2 with a save and a 3.24 ERA. 4th appearance against the Phils, he's given up an earned run and walked 2 and a hit. But it wasn't his last time out. He pitched an inning on Friday and got them all in order. 25 innings in total, 12 hits, 9 runs. All earned. He's walked 15, controls a big issue with him. Struck out 6. 88-mile-an-hour fly ball pitcher and a fastball pitcher. Carlton is 0 for 2. McBride and Boa to follow here in the 6th. Ball 4. Dave Hamilton's so bad he doesn't even read a nickname. Oh, hopefully he can get me some pitches. McBride is 2 for 3. Doubled and homered, and the home run was a solo shot. He has scored twice. Got him. 3-2 fastball, late called strike 3. McBride doesn't like it, and suing her pants off behind the plate says, well, you know, you're up 6 runs. What the hell else do you want? A medal? Boa, 1 for 2. He has scored twice with a walk. Got him! So a full count, split finger, strike 3. Brings up Schmidt, who's 2 for 3. Mike has singled twice and scored. Ground ball to short. Tavares underhands it to Garner, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 7-1 Philadelphia. Why am I speaking ill of a highly respected member of the bar? Cheers? Garner has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Pitch to Carlton is a ground ball to Hebner. Takes to the bag himself for the out, 1 away. You know, the other day, Dave Parker, by the way, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Yeah, because we have world champions in Boston. Unlike Los Angeles. And there's a fly ball to right. McBride off the wall. Parker has at least 2. He's gunning for 3. He's in there. So Parker's in with a slide on the triple, and there's 1 out for Robinson, who's 1 for 2 with a double. So the Pirates, that's only their 5th hit. The Phillies have 11. In the left, Luzinski will make the catch. Parker will tag and score without a throw. And it's 7-2. So Parker, who scored twice in game 1 on the 2 homers, has both the Pirate runs in game 2. Well, the Lakers have won championships. Dodgers won a couple when I was a kid. Sanguin, by the way, 0 for 2 in the strikeout. The Kings won 1 or 2. Kings won 2 cups, didn't they? Sanguin right back to Carlton, over to Hebner for the out. And that will retire the side. But Dave Parker manufactures a run. He triples and scores on a sac fly. A run on a hit and no errors after 6-7-2 Philadelphia. So Luzinski, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Hebner and Maddox, who both have had great game 2s to follow. And there's a ground ball to Barrow over to Sanguin for the out. So the other day, someone in one of the broadcasting boards I follow posted a link of something I'd never seen before. Hebner, by the way, has singled 3 times, driven in 2, now has 43, and scored a run. Hamilton starts the inning with a fly ball to right. Parker for the out. This actually was an ABC event I'm about to tell you about. For years, ABC and ESPN have televised a Little League World Series. Oh, I love humble pie. Served with a scoop of Dreyer's ice cream. Ah, yes. Maddox is 2 for 3. 2 out, by the way. With 2 RBI. Yeah, what kind of wimp needs an ABC banner to fight his battles? Talk about minions. Anyway, so most of the time that I remember watching it, besides Taiwan winning every year, Jim McKay would call the game. And it was cool because it was nice to see Jim McKay call baseball. He didn't do it regularly for ABC. But in 1979, they had a couple guest announcers. Hey, we've won a few since the Reds won a World Series as well. So, can you guess who the announcers were for the 1979 Little League World Series? Won, of course, by Taiwan. Pitch to Maddox is 2 for 3. Ground ball to third. Barra goes across the way to Sanguin. And it's stretch time. 7-2 Philadelphia. So Milner, Barra, and Dyer to face Carlton here in the 7th. They're gonna, the Banner's getting a brother this week. So no one's gonna take a guess who called the '79 Little League World Series final. Pitch to Milner, who's 1 for 2. There's a strike 3, a 1-2 in there at the knees, and Carlton is now 4 on the afternoon. Dale Barra is 0 for 2. Dyer to follow. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Phillies. 5 left on. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Pirates. And 3 left on. And there's a fly ball to right, or no. Hebner has it for the out. Brings up Dyer, who's 1 for 2. So the Banner typed up that letter for Susan DePantsoff? I didn't realize the Banner was that smart. Carlton's pitch. Into center field, Maddox is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We've played 7. Phillies well ahead in this one, 7-2. The light work of a wet wipe. McIver, 2-run single. He's 1 for 3 and a strikeout. Hamilton would bat first in the 8th, so they're going to try to stick with him. Pitch to McIver, strike 3. So 3 for Hamilton as McIver looks at an 88 in there at the belt. Sizemore is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Struck him out, so we got a good morning and a good afternoon. He swung right through the 2-2. So Hamilton, 2 2/3, pretty much clean innings. He's given up a walk, and that's it. Carlton is 0 for 2 with that walk. Oh, the places you go. Ground ball to Garner. Dives deep in the hole. Throws to Sanguine, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 7-2 Philadelphia. And so, no, Star Dog, you're our newest one follower. Well, I appreciate it. Found the Action Sports games the other day in the channel. We normally stream Tuesday through Friday at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. And this is game 2 of a doubleheader between the Pirates and the Phillies from 1978. Phillies won the first game 6-5 and lead game 2 7-2. Bert Blyleven, who's 4 for 56. Will pinch hit. He started with a ball game. I'll take some Gatorade, please. The wife is ready to go to work. You can say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Started with a golf game, but for sure picking up baseball too. Thank you very much. We do a lot of football too with it. Pitch to Blyleven. There's a base hit. How about that? So my pinch hitting and picking abilities continues to bear fruit. Thank you. And the YouTube channel, by the way, is also Retro Sports Network. We've got, oh gosh, a couple hundred baseball games at least, about 100 football games. Doing golf tomorrow night.
Yay.
All right, so got my Gatorade. She's going off to work, so thanks for joining. I do appreciate it. Bye-bye, darling. Tavares is 0 for 3. Blyleven on first. So no one wants to talk about the 79 All-Star game. You just want to come up with insults for my banner, huh? Here's a ground ball base hit past a diving Hebner. The throw to second, Tavares has all the speed in the world, and he's in there with a double. So it's 7-2. Remember, the Phillies didn't need to use Warren Brewster, Ron Reed, or Tug McGraw in game 1, so their bullpen is as fresh as a daisy. Here's Garner. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Carlton got him. 0-2 inside on the black, and there's 1 out. And 5 for lefty. That brings up Parker, who is 2 for 3. He has tripled and scored twice. Well, the two that called the 79 Little League World Series, Red Barber and Mel Allen. Pitch to Parker into center field. Back goes Maddox. That's off the wall. Blyleven scores. Tavares scores. And it's 7-4 Philadelphia. And just like game 1, the Pirates storm back late. Is it fair to call Blyleven the ace of the 79 and or the 87 Twins? I would have thought Viola was the ace of the 87 Twins, wasn't he? Muskies outlasted Oakland 106-98 in ABA action, by the way. So Parker has driven in 6 runs today. Okay, Viola won the Cy in 88. I thought he started game 1 against the Tigers, though. The Oaks are 6-7 and a game out in the game and a half out. Yeah, I thought I would have considered as a kid Viola the ace in 87. Pitch to Robinson. Up the middle, a base hit. Parker will round third and hold, and the runners in the corners, and Sanguine is the tying run at the plate. don't forget, we still have Mario Mendoza on the bench. Sanguine is 0 for 3 with an RBI. Parker on third, Robinson on first. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Oh, thank you. So Stardog is now our 10th sub. So Sanguine at the plate. And remember, you can, if you do not have a Twitch account hooked with your Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free on Twitch. Pitch, McIver and Carlton trying to get on the same page. Lefty winds and deals. Struck him out! A 1-2 on the outside corner, and there's 2 out with Milner at the plate. John is 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout. So the Phillies are trying to pull Lucy to Pittsburgh's Charlie Brown. They'll tease but not give it away. Oh, good. Glad to know that. Like I said, noon Tuesday through Friday. Thanks. It's giving me the extra emote. It's Pride Month, I think. Pitch to Milner. There's a base hit right center field. Parker scores. Robinson into third. Carlton is going to do it. Yep. In comes Ron Reed. Reed looking for the save, making his 34th appearance. He's 4-2 with 14 saves and an ERA of 2.52. Yeah, these games have been out for a while. Against the Pirates, he's gone 5 times. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and he has struck out 5. He is 1-0 against Pittsburgh with 2 saves. He last pitched on the 4th, getting a save in game 1 of that doubleheader. So he allowed a hit in that inning. 50 innings, 37 hits, 2 homers, 16 runs, 14 earned. He has walked 7 and struck out 44. He is a fly ball pitcher and a fastball pitcher at 88, and a tall drink of water. So the tying run is on second and Milner. And when you look at who's going to pinch hit, Mario Mendoza. So the tying run on second. The go-ahead run is at the plate. And Reed trying to slam the door here with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. So Mendoza swings and misses on a bad pitch, and that will end the inning. But the Pirates make this a ball game. 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. We go to the 9th. It is 7-5 Philadelphia. Built some drama. That's what I did, Don Lorenzo. Did I undo that? No. Well, I somehow lost Phil Garner. Isn't that nice? Well, Uncle Ron kind of pooped the pooch here. This will be interesting. Willie Stargell's going, I've never played second before. Manny, help me out. So Robinson a 4 at third, Moreno a 7 and a 6 in center. So Colby a 2 on the mound. He's 4-3 with 20 saves. And a 2.34 ERA. This is his 48th game. Against the Phillies, this is his 4th time out. An inning and a third. 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Walked 2, struck out 1, and has a save. They trail 7-5. He last pitched against the Dodgers on July 30th. Inning and a third, 3 hits. 57 and 2/3 innings, 57 hits. No home runs allowed. 20 runs, 15 earned. 23 walks, 23 strikeouts. So somehow I bungled Mendoza playing in the field. So Willie Stargell's not a happy camper. You get 2 games out of the next 7, by the way. So McBride 2 for 4. A double and a solo homer. And has scored twice. To Tavares, over to Sanguin, 1 out. Yeah, you know, there are 3 other races that are much more competitive than yours. Here's Boa, 1 for 3. Single, walked and struck out, and scored twice. We do tell you the scores of every game, so it's not like we ignored the Dodgers. Pitch to Boa. And there's a little looper pass to diving Tavares, and Boa's on with a single. The throw to Stargell, and Boa is smart and goes into second base. Boa overslid the bag and put his hand back on there, 1 out. Yep, Big Clue's a Reds fan, and the Reds are the team that are chasing the Dodgers. Here's Schmidt, 2 for 4. Single twice and a run scored. Pitch to Schmidt is into left center field. Moreno will have it. Boa goes back to tag. The throw to Robinson, not in time. Boa got past the slide with the throw. So 2 out. Dyer, Stargell, and Tavares for Pittsburgh in the 9th. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Phillies. They left 5 on. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Pirates. They've also left 5 on. Luzinski is 0 for 4. He has struck out twice. Struck him out. Tekulve got him to swing and miss. And that will retire the side. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. To the bottom of the 9th. The Cats playing, by the way, over by the air conditioner. It is Philadelphia 7, Pittsburgh 5. And Dyer is 1 for 3. Reed got out of that jam, striking out Mendoza in the 8th. The Phillies won the first game 6-5. They lead 7-5 in the bottom of the 9th of game 2. Dyer, ground ball to Boa, behind the bag at second. Over to Hebner. Take care, John. 1 out. Here's Stargell at .295, 12 homers and 44 RBI. Reed deals. Ball 4. So Stargell draws the walk. Tavares is the tying run. He cannot hit a home run. He is 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. Look who, by the way, is not on deck but in the hole. One Dave Parker. Reed's pitch struck him out. So 2 out. The 2-2 was swung on and missed. So the Phillies are an out away. Moreno at .265, 5 homers and 32 RBI. He gets on. Parker's on deck. And they're all standing here in Pittsburgh. 7-5 Philadelphia. 2 out, bottom of the 9th. Reed delivers. Ground ball to Boa. He flips it to Sizemore, and the Phillies have swept the doubleheader. They win game 2, 7-5. So that big fifth inning was all the Phillies needed. And Steve Carlton goes to 12-9, 7 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 6. Ron Reed retired 4 of the 5 men he faced, including a big strikeout of Mendoza in the 8th. Bibby loses it. He goes to 6-6, did not pitch well. Dave Hamilton went 3 scoreless innings. Richie Hebner is going to be our player of the game. He goes 3 for 4 with 2 RBI and a run scored. And so, I'm that button. There you have it, boys and girls. Thank you for hanging in for an hour and 50 minutes. So the Pirates lose the doubleheader to the Phillies, 6-5 in Game 1, 7-5 in Game 2. And the Phillies now lead it the East by 3 games. Tomorrow, remember, it's baseball at noon, golf at night. It's the Dodgers and the Giants, followed by the virtual U.S. Open from Wingflick. Thank you, Stardog. I do appreciate it. So tomorrow we'll see you for baseball at noon and golf at 7. That's 9 Pacific and 4 Pacific for those of you scoring at home. Until then, have yourself a wonderful day, everybody.